Bitcoin is pumping massively, and in this exact video I will talk about why we are pumping towards the upside, what is the behavior on the charts right now, what are we seeing, and why is Bitcoin right now moving towards this level. I will of course also talk about the most important chart, the liquidation heat map, and many more important charts we need to discuss right now, because I prepared tons and tons of charts we need to discuss. Because yes, if we're going to be looking at our heat map, the biggest resistance that we're going to be approaching is going to be 43.2k, and literally right now we're only $1,500 away from it, so we are literally about to hit this level. So I will be discussing this and many more important things. So without any further ado, don't forget to slam the like button back above 600 likes. That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the minute short term to discuss the behavior on the price chart of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has been going absolutely exponential. It's crushed through the $40,000 and even crushed above the $41,000 and currently is on its way to $42,000. And what is actually very interesting right now is that on these previous moves towards the upside, we saw a huge inflow of open interest, and then of course at some point the open interest gets flushed out again. But this time around, we have not really seen a significant inflow of open interest, what means that the majority of the reason why Bitcoin is currently going up is due to spot buying. So the most likely scenario that we're currently having is that there are some big whales actually buying up Bitcoin from the spot market, and that is pushing up the price higher. And actually, if we're going to be looking at on-chain data, we did saw that two big whales have been buying a lot of Bitcoin around $41,000 to $40,000. So that could be the main reason of the move towards the upside. Of course, we had another small short squeeze. It was not necessarily a big move because the majority of the liquidity is not laying above us anymore, but currently is laying below us. And due to that, I am not necessarily expecting the Bitcoin is right now necessarily going towards the upside to squeeze out all these short positions. Of course, there are some shorts here on the market, but the majority of the shorts, they already got liquidated. And due to that reason, I am not necessarily right now expecting that Bitcoin is pushing up purely to squeeze out these short positions, since yeah, the majority of the short positions were laying around the $38,000 to $39,000 level, and indeed they all got flushed out here. So, I mean, I've been looking at this trend for quite a while here, and I've been talking about the reason about why Bitcoin is keep going up and up and up. And that is, of course, due to the fact that the spot ETF is a few days out. And right now, it's only 31 days out before the acceptance of the first Bitcoin spot ETF is going to come. And due to that, I've been saying, why would you actually sell your Bitcoin? And that is why I've been saying this for quite a while. Who is going to sell their Bitcoins days before the Bitcoin spot ETF gets approved? I think that no one is actually really interested in selling the Bitcoin days before it's going to get approved. And that is why we saw these higher lows getting more and more exponential. And right now, it is even getting more exponential, and Bitcoin is in a parabolic rally. A parabolic rally is, of course, going to end at some point. Where does it end? We are not quite sure. And honestly, it could even continue up to $48,000 or $46,000. Definitely could be happening, but I won't be fooling with that. I mean, honestly, what I'm doing, I have been always long on Bitcoin in terms of my spot wallet, so I am benefiting massively from the prices going higher because I'm a long-term believer in Bitcoin. But for trading on the short term, I am not going to be opening up a position right now. I need to wait a little bit here until I see a very good entry getting towards me. So honestly, the levels that I've been looking at is, of course, this biggest support level here on the lower side, around $38,000. Of course, it's quite far below us, but this is going to be the biggest level, at least for me, to be opening up a long position from. And right now, in the immediate short term, I don't necessarily see a very good opportunity yet. We just have to wait to see how the prices are going to be developing. But honestly, if I'm looking at Bitcoin further, we are creating a potential downward sloping resist line here on the daily time frame, and we're creating then a bearish divergence. Like I said also in previous videos, I'm just pointing out that we're creating this. I'm not bearish on Bitcoin whatsoever. I'm super excited about it. Only if you're going to be buying Bitcoin on spot right now, you have some risk that you're literally buying it towards an exponential rally, and that could potentially cost you. And while I've been buying literally in the last 1.5 years around the bear market low, $15,000 to $16,000, it makes no sense for me necessarily to be buying Bitcoin right now at this point. But if you're not exposed to Bitcoin at all, it does make sense to potentially get in, right? So it's just your own strategy, what you should be looking at. If we're going to be looking at the bigger perspective, I think that Bitcoin is right now going to be trading between these two ranges here. Since we broke above the $38,000 level confirmed, you see that we are right now trading potentially back in towards this region right here. So we had this bear market region here on the lower side, this green box. Then you have this basically air gap here in the middle. This is where I was expecting Bitcoin was also going to be moving very quickly. Why do I call it an air gap? Is because basically once Bitcoin went down, it went very quickly. Once Bitcoin went up, it went very quickly. And honestly, right now we're entering that big liquidity range. This is where I will be expecting this is the place for consolidation, right? So this is the place where Bitcoin saw quite a lot of consolidation. Honestly, I will be really expecting that this could be potentially a level where Bitcoin could struggle a little bit more at. I mean, honestly, if we're sitting on 41,000 US dollars, I can't even believe my eyes. And this is basically how I'm approaching it here a little bit here. At the same time, guys, Michael Saylor is about to hit a 2 billion US dollars unrealized profit, what is of course absolutely massive. For my trades, I closed my trade here on 39.7k. That is actually quite good in my opinion that I closed it over there. I made a significant amount of profit. Indeed, I could have made more profit, but I got my entry from 35,000 US dollars all the way to 39,000 US dollars. And sometimes you just need to take the profits off the table. And honestly, right now, guys, there are going to be many new trading opportunities, and I'm going to be sharing it all here on the channel. So make sure to just subscribe to the channel, because trading is not about being hesitant. Trading is all about being patient. So I need to be a little bit patient right here. I need to take a calm look at the chart, and the chart needs to give me an opportunity to open up a new trade here. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I will be sharing my next move here on the channel as well. And I mean, Bitcoin is going up to new highs here, and that is already a big win, since I've been saying what my strategy is, at least, to DCA every single day in towards the market, and I've been doing this for the past 1.5 years, and this is really making me tons and tons of money, and especially since I've been so bullish in the bear market of Bitcoin. So if you want to be trading Bitcoin or do whatever, make sure to go to the link description of today's video, because you can currently claim a deposit bonus up to 40,000 US dollars, and without this link it's only 400, and on top of that you could claim an insane airdrop position worth 1,000 US dollars, and all you need to do here is sign up account using that link below, deposit $100 in your first 7 days, and then you could claim this insane free 1,000 US dollar position on BYBIT for only depositing $100. Super valuable, so make sure to check it out in the link description. And of course, if you can't use BYBIT, make sure to check out bitfinex. No KYC, no restrictions, and it's basically the exact same as BYBIT, but you just don't need KYC. So check it out in the link description of today's video. Definitely also an amazing exchange you should be using. Further on Bitcoin, we officially created and confirmed the 7 weekly candles in the green in a row. So that is absolutely massive news here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin just crushed 7 weekly candles in a row, and honestly we're right now printing the 8th one, and I'm not quite sure if we've ever seen 8 green candles in a row for Bitcoin. At least we've not seen it in the past 3 years, so it's going to be actually something that is going to be quite massive for Bitcoin. But currently, indeed, we're creating history. The last time that Bitcoin did this was at the beginning of the previous bull run, so I'm gonna keep my eyes wide open on this right now here, because this could be literally the confirmation of the next beginning of the Bitcoin bull run. Then of course, I know we're getting quite euphoric, and everything is getting very excited with the Bitcoin spot ETF, with the Bitcoin halving, all these things coming up here. But if we're going to be looking and approaching Bitcoin the same like previous cycles, we are right now not in the bull market yet. We are right now still in the bear market recovery. And honestly, Bitcoin could go to 45, maybe 50,000 US dollars in the bear market recovery, and then still go down. And then we have the halving, and then the bull market starts. I mean, honestly, if we're looking at the previous cycles, it makes more sense for Bitcoin right now to continue to go up just before the halving. So for the coming 2 months, halving comes, we're having a small little dip here. Then we push towards the upside and the bull market hits. That could be something we could be looking at. I mean, historically speaking, Bitcoin dumps before the halving. So probably it's going to be happening again, because everyone's thinking, oh, I want to get out before Bitcoin dumps before the halving, right? But all those people also want to be getting back in towards the market. So, but honestly, I am of course still 100% spot long on Bitcoin. But for my trades, I think the best opportunity is going to come in this period right here. Around the halving, I think we could get the best entry. And that is also the place where you should get the best entry, right? Because that's all pre-bull market. It's all pre-bull market. And if you get an entry over there, you benefit from the exponential rally towards the upside. So that is what I will be looking to be doing right now for Bitcoin. The biggest resistance ahead of ourselves is, of course, 46.8k and 43.2k. Also, the 2-week EMA ribbon cross here also happened, also confirming the bull market is probably going to be here anytime soon. I mean, everything is pointing towards the same direction, guys, and history is once again repeating, and people, they need Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the solution, and honestly, I'm super excited that Bitcoin is back above 41,000 US dollars. And just like I said earlier, be careful, because Bitcoin is currently in an exponential rally, and exponential rallies, they could end quite terrible, so be careful for that. But of course, I'm super excited. I'm still spot long on Bitcoin. I'm not going to change anything. And of course, in 31 days, we're going to get the Bitcoin spot ETF, and that it could be changing the market up even more than it is already doing right now. So make sure to get ready for that. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.